What is up, guys? Today's Gundam MSIA figure is from Xeon and it's the Japanese Zaku 1 figure. My favorite, my favorite Xeon grunt mobile suit. I know the Zaku 2 is better than the Zaku 1, but in my opinion, I just prefer the Zaku 1. And I know the Zaku 2 has more detail to it, but the Zaku 1, I don't know what it is, just something about it I just love. And I'm going to tell you guys a bit about the figure and a wee bit about the story about the Zaku 1. So the Zaku 1 was introduced um, before the 1 year war, I believe, before it all started and went down. And it was piloted a lot at the start to make, like, it was basically like Xeon was struggling and wanted to get the nation to be independent, and they worked on mobile suits. So what the mobile suits project was it started with Rawl and another guy that worked on the mobile suits, and it turns out that they were good at the confirmation was done by Admiral Dozel, and he wanted to push the mobile suits, and basically if it wasn't for that confirmation that Admiral Dozel sent off to make sure that the scientists of Xeon made this, then we wouldn't have got mobile suits. So then we got test pilots for the Zaku, well, before the Zaku 1, and it was Rawl and the Zaku 1 pilots. And then after the early type mobile suit was released, they brought out the Zaku 1 early type, and it was a complete success. It was mass produced. Everybody was piloting a Zaku 1, and it was the biggest thing for a very long time. And then shortly after, like, the Zaku 2 took place and easily replaced the Zaku 1. And you never seen the Zaku 1 throughout the war for quite a while, up until midway through, near to the end, when Xeon was losing, and they had to roll out all these Zaku 1s in, like, storage, just collecting dust. And if you wanted to get a mobile suit fast instead of piloting a jet, the fastest way to do it was to pilot a Zaku 1. And there was a lot of old pilots that didn't want to give up their Zaku 1 and didn't want to have to learn a new system. So they also continued to pilot their Zaku 1s. There was a lot of versions of the Zaku 1s. There was the Black TriStar versions, which was really cool. The Rambaral version, the Zaku 1 Sniper, and then the other Zaku 1 Sniper from Gundam Thunderbolt, which was really cool. And then other uses that the Xeon used for the Zaku 1 was just for, like, moving heavy cargo and whatnot. But it was really nice to see that they brought it back into the 1 year war, like to the mid to end point. Because again, it's my favorite Xeon mobile suit, and I love any time the Zaku 1 comes up, I love to see it. I don't, again, I guess it's because I prefer the weaponry that comes with the Zaku 1, the shoulders, the head, and just everything about it is fantastic in my opinion. I know the Zaku 2 has way more detail than the Zaku 1, but in my opinion, I like the Zaku 1. Anyway, enough about the history behind the Zaku 1. Now about this. This is, as I said before, this is the Japanese Zaku 1, and it looks more like the anime version than what the American release does. The American release is really cool. I really like the American release, and I love that we got both versions, but I prefer the Japanese version. The only thing that the American release has over the Japanese version is the number system that the Americans have on it, where they have the O5 on the right shoulder and the number on the shield as well. And it ranges from 1 to 9, and I'm trying to collect them all. I've got 4 so far, and I'm trying to collect them all. So if anybody has any USA Zaku 1s, hit me up, because I'd be down to trade you other Gundam MSIA figures that I got. But yeah, this is a close-up of what the Zaku 1 looks like, and there's a lot of nice panel line in here that I really like. I'll pop in the other shoulder as well. Show off the nice panel lining that it's got on it. The skirt's a wee bit, I've just noticed on this one, the skirt's a wee bit torn. But, these are old figures from the 90s, so wear and tear happens at some point. This is also a second-hand Zaku 1, sorry. Nice wee, like, the 4 boosters that you see on it. 2 on the feet, 2 on the back booster here. Again, very nice detail to the figure, like top to bottom. Like, honestly, nothing disappoints when I see this. Like, the only thing that I guess they could have added with it was, like, wee ports to put the Zaku ammo packs here and at the back would be nice, but other than that, I don't know anything else that's missing from this figure. Like, everything is just a delight, to be honest. I'll get into the weaponry of the figure now. So it comes with, well, the Japanese version has black weaponry instead of the normal grey weaponry, which, like, again, like, I prefer the grey versions because that's more for grunts, but I also like the black versions as well. Both versions are nice, and I'd rather have both versions, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick the Zaku 1 USA weaponry. So this is the black bazooka. Again, pretty much like the same as any other Zaku bazooka, but just black. The gas missiles. This weapon got used for crowd control and, like, or did it get used for? I think it did, to stop riots and whatnot. Then it also got used on the Federation as well, like the heavy gas anyway, and it just killed them all. But this weapon got scrapped because later in the war, Zeon realized, right, we need something to take down mobile suits. These weapons are like obsolete now. So they decided to scrap them, and this only comes with the Zaku 1, so you don't get any more gas weaponry. The next one is the iconic Zaku 2 machine gun. Like, this was actually first made for the Zaku 1 before they rolled out the Zaku 2s. This got made for the Zaku 1s because it was a better version than the Zaku 1 machine gun. But Zaku 1's got it first, and then it became the iconic Zaku 2 machine gun. So just remember, the Zaku 1's got this before the Zaku 2's did. The iconic Zaku 1 machine gun, I actually prefer this to the Zaku 2 one. I think it's really nice, and I just like the detail of it, and I don't know, there's just some charm about it that I just like. I also like the fact that you can, like, twist the ammo pack as well, which is really nice. The Zaku 1 Heat Hawk, which is a darker colour than the USA version, and it also clips in here, which is really nice. Like, I'll show you guys it clipping in here. This is really nice. It's just nice to, like, have it stayed in between, well, not in between, on the skirt of the Zaku 1. The Zaku 1 shield, which I don't really remember them using this a lot, but it's really nice to have this piece of weaponry. And this stemmed from the shoulders. So, like, this is, see, this shield is basically everything a Zaku 2 has now. So it's got the shield on here, and it's got the spikes on the other shoulder. So shield on this side, like, this is the Zaku 2 shoulders in one thing. And they just thought, you know what, we can't be having the Zaku, like, 2 carrying around more weaponry when we can just have it attached to the shoulders, because these shoulders aren't doing anything on the Zaku 1. They're not helping it other than extra armor. So they thought Zaku 2 needs more utility. So give one side a shield so that they can use that, and one side the spikes. And now I'll get into the articulation of the figure, because that's all the weaponry done now. So the arm can move a full 360, and there's a lot of movement in the arm as well, which is really nice. Better than the Zaku 2. The elbow part can move a full 360, and then moving the elbow itself can move 90 degrees. And I'll zoom in a bit as well, just so we can get a closer look. The hand can move a full 360. The head can also move a full 360. The legs don't move very well going forward because the skirt's in the way. I'll zoom out a bit for the legs. This is as best as it can go forward. But backwards it's really nice because of the elbow joint. No, sorry, knee joint, which is really good. The feet do move around a bit, side to side, up and down, and the shoulder can move a full 360. And the boosters can move very slightly, the ones at the back, as you can see here, just very slightly. Again, like, that's pretty much all the articulation on the figure here. Honestly, if anybody's into Zeon and likes to army build, the Zaku 1 is a fantastic figure to have. Obviously, the Zaku 2 is the most popular one, and more people will have a Zaku 2 over a Zaku 1, and I don't blame you guys. That, like, the Zaku 2 is more detailed and it does look better in more people's opinion, which is true, but for me the Zaku 1 looks cool, and I have an army of both of them, and I just had to get both of them. So if you like Xeon and if you like the Zakus, definitely pick up a couple of Zaku 1s because they're worth it, and the figure feels better as well. And honestly, see, the old 90s MSIA figures, honestly, are way, in my opinion, are better than the figures today. And it's just, they're just durable as anything. Like, these things can survive a lot. And I had a few in my childhood, and I was really rough with my figures. And I grew up with a few of my Gundam figures, and a few of them survived, a few of them didn't. But the ones that survived, they're pretty strong figures. They don't make them how they used to, guys, am I right? But yeah, Zaku 1 is an absolutely amazing figure. But yeah, thanks for watching the Gundam MSIA review on the Japanese Zaku 1, guys. Please remember to drop a like, subscribe, and comment because it helps me out in the algorithm. And thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. See you guys later. Bye.